Hey, what's going on? It's Hobart. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today, going to be reviewing an oldie but goodie, but another one of my passions in life, and that is automatic watches. Today, I've got a watch that is been out for a while. It's one that I've been looking at. It's definitely affordable. It's got a great movement in it. It's made of stainless steel. It's water resistant, and those are the four things that I'm looking for when I'm looking for an automatic watch. I don't like to take my watch off when I go in the water. I like to wear it. I want it to keep going forever and not have to change the battery. And of course, I don't want the coating to come off or it to rust, so I need it to be made of stainless steel. So what watch is affordable, has a good movement, made of stainless steel, and is water resistant? Well, it's the Invicta 8926 OB. One of my favorite looks is the Rolex Submariner or the Pro Divers, and as you can see here, this has got a very close resemblance, or a homage, or an homage, as some people would say, to the Rolex Submariner. But this one is only $78.82 on Amazon, and it has an NH35 Seiko movement, and it's water resistant, so you can swim with it, and it's made of stainless steel. So let's go down close and take a look at this baby. All right, let's take a look at the Invicta 8926 OB. Of course, they all come in this beautiful Invicta yellow box with the Invicta warranty there in the lid, and the Invicta yellow pillow, and of course the Invicta yellow tag. I think they like yellow. And of course you get a couple links as well, and you can take more out and adjust, which I'll show you here in a little bit. But this is the 8926 OB. Why do they call it the OB? Well, original bezel is what that stands for. If you can see, it's a coin edge bezel on this one. I'm guessing originally when they came out with this, they started with this bezel. They switched to a new bezel. I'm not a big fan of that one as much as this one. The regular 8926 would have, instead of having a bunch of little teeth, you're going to have much bigger swoops come in around the bezel. That's the best I can really explain it. But I was a big fan of the coin bezel that this has. So if you like this watch and you look for it online, make sure you have the OB after the 8926. Otherwise, you're going to get the other bezel, okay? So size-wise, this is 40 millimeters wide. It is not too big for you, ladies. Definitely, you could wear it. And men, it's perfect for you as well. This right here is the DF47 from Aragon. This is 47 millimeters. Next to 40 millimeters. So you can see the difference. Great for a man and definitely good for a woman as well. So 40 millimeter case, you've got 14 millimeter thickness, so it's not a tall watch. It lays on your arm very well. So it's a good size for both men and for women. It does have a bezel that turns very nicely. You can hear the clicks. So very nice clicks. There's no play. You can get some of these watches where the bezel will have like 2 or 3 seconds of play, and that's not good. So very nice rotating bezel. It only goes clockwise. It does not rotate, or counterclockwise. It does not rotate clockwise. It does have a luminous marker there at the top, and you've got luminous hands. The tip of your second hand is luminous, and all of your hour markers are luminous, okay? Now, there is a con that goes with the lume that I'll talk about when we go back up top, but I'll keep moving forward. You have a magnified date window here. If you look under there, you can see it's a small date, so it's definitely a 2 times magnification on there. It's centered very nicely. It does come with the NH35 Seiko movement, so when you're looking for an inexpensive watch, when I'm looking, yeah, you can get the Chinese automatics. Those are probably the worst you can get. Japan, they make great movements. It's not Swiss level, but they're affordable and they're good quality. I've got watches that have this movement in them that I've had for 10, 15 years that have still worked perfectly fine. I don't have to go to a watchmaker to get a battery in it, ever. And they're great movements. This one is in, as I've said before, the Japanese movements usually are in the 21,000 beats per hour. For those of you who are new to automatics, if you look real closely, you can see it tick. Ready? So you see that tick. That's 21,000 beats per hour. It's like 21,800. Most Swiss automatic watches are in the 28,000 range, and you just get a little bit smoother second hand. That's pretty much the only difference. Besides, they're made in Switzerland instead of Japan, but they're a lot more expensive, 3 to 4 times more expensive, and there's nothing necessarily that's better for them. So, NH35 Seiko movement from Japan. This also has the exhibition back on it. You can see it's a 24 jewel NH35A Series 2. You've got the Invicta yellow on the back. From what I read, the rotors on the automatics that have yellow on them are the ones that are made in Malaysia. I may be wrong, but I believe if you have yellow, it's made in Malaysia, and if it's just stainless steel or silver, then they're made in China, I believe. I may be wrong about that. It does have a screw-down crown to keep that water resistance. The water resistance on here, 660 feet, 200 meters. So can you go in the pool with it? Yep. Can you go diving with it? Yep. Snorkeling? Yep. Fishing, washing dishes, washing hands? No problem. Shower. Well, I go into the shower with all of my automatic watches. Most of the manufacturers don't like you to because of the seals. They get hot in hot water and they could leak. But I've taken this and all my other automatic watches in the shower and I've had no problems. So I'll give you that disclaimer that the manufacturer doesn't want you to go in the hot shower. But for everything else water related, this watch will be perfect for it. And to make sure that you keep that water resistance, they've got the screw down crown here. The screw down crown does have the Invicta logo on it. And if you unscrew it, it'll pop out just like that. Now, if you want to wind it, you can wind it manually, just like this. But if you want to set your date and time, you pull out once for your date, and you'll feel it click. And then you pull out one more time for your time. Now, the NH35 does have a hacking mechanism, so you can see the second hand stopped when I pulled it out for that second time to change the time. Some movements, a lot of the Chinese movements, do not have that hacking mechanism, but the NH35 does. So you set your time to how you want it, you push it back in, and you just give it a turn, and it will actually screw down and tighten. Now it is fully water resistant up to 660 feet or 200 meters. So screw down crown. Your bandwidth is 20 millimeters. A lot of people like to switch their band. I like the stainless steel bands, but other people like to put silicone or leather or a different type of rugged watch band on there, and that's perfectly fine. So if you're looking for a watch band, it is a 20 millimeter wide watch band. Now there is a con with the watch band that I'm going to talk about as well. So I've got a couple pros, I've got a couple cons. So let's go back up top and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so what are my thoughts on the Invicta 8926 OB? Well, let's start with the pros. The pros, all stainless steel construction. That's a huge pro. There's nothing worse than having a copper or a brass watch that's been coated in some kind of gold or silver coating that wears off and falls off and the band rusts and it's just a pain. So all stainless steel construction is a huge pro for this watch. My second pro is going to be the water resistance. 660 feet water resistance or 200 meters. I don't know too many people going that deep. So for you divers and you snorkelers, this is a perfect watch for you. Also, the stainless steel construction prevents it from rusting in the salt water. So there's another pro for you there. But also, if you're swimming in a pool, you're washing your car, you're washing the dishes, you're doing some laundry. I even take it in the shower. This watch has been in the shower numerous times and it works fine. So the water resistance is pro number 2. Pro number 3 is the movement. Having a Japanese Seiko NH35 movement in a watch that's under $100 is great. So this is a workhorse. I've got watches in my collection, 10 or 15 years old, that I can pick up and put on my wrist and they start up right away. There's no going to the watch place or the watch maker, the watch dealer to get a battery because I haven't worn it in a few years. I can pick it up 10 years from now and the watch will work perfectly. So the Japanese Seiko NH35 movement in this watch is a huge pro. And my final pro is going to be the price. To be able to get a watch that's all stainless steel that goes 660 feet that has a Japanese Seiko NH35 movement for $78.82 is a huge pro. So the price is a major pro for this watch. Now, it does have a couple of cons. My first con will have to do with the lume. If you're looking for a really good, long-lasting lume, this is not the watch for you, but for $78, I wouldn't expect the best lume in the world. You get about 15 minutes of real good lume, and then it starts to taper off after about an hour, hour and a half or so. The lume is pretty much non-existent. So if I had to pick a con, number 1, that's going to be the lume. Cons number 2 and 3 have to do with the band. Now, this band has a lot of play in it. I don't know if you can hear it. But I did have either this pin or this pin. One of these two pins fell out and the watch fell off my wrist. Now I was able to find the pin, put it back in, and I haven't worn it since because I've been kind of nervous about it falling out. So the con number 2 is going to be the quality of the band. It is a solid stainless steel band, but the pins and the latching mechanism down here is not the best. Con number 3 has to do with the band because when I went to go try to find another 20 millimeter wide band from Invicta, they're $50. Why in the heck am I going to pay $50 when the watch costs $78.82? I might as well buy just another watch, right? Or go find another good quality band, all stainless steel. It's got the polish in the middle, just looks just like this. 15 to 20 bucks on Amazon. So I recommend you getting one of those and not buying a genuine band because it's way overpriced. So those are my cons. But the pros outweigh the cons by far. You're getting all stainless steel, you're getting water resistance, you're getting a Seiko movement, and you're getting a price that's unbeatable for this type of watch. So would I spend my money on it? Yes, I have, and I would again. It's definitely something I recommend buying, even if the band's not the best, because if it does break or you're going to change it anyway, the watch itself is what's really great. The movement, the quality, the water resistance, really great. So I highly recommend you buying this. I'll put a link in the description for you. Keep in mind that if you want that coin bezel, that you're going to be looking for the 8926OB. And if you just want the regular bezel, it's just the 8926. So I'll put those links in the description to save you some search time. But that's all the time that I've got for this 8926 OB from Invicta, and I appreciate you watching today. If you like what I do, please hit the subscribe button. It helps my channel more than you know. And don't forget to hit the little bell as well so you get notified when I put up new videos. Well, that's all the time I've got for you today. I appreciate you watching. Until next time, have a great day.